Do you describe yourself as a bit of a crier? Or are you the person that looks and goes, why are they crying? Don't understand. Well, reader, I am a crier. And this week, we've been talking about this as a team and as a friendship group. It came up in two separate places and I thought I'd share it with you. This idea that, you know, the world's quite stressful right now. Work's feeling quite stressful for people. And so my friend was reporting that she's a teacher and a couple of her staff, she said, I've been in staff rooms with people and people are crying. And they go, gosh, I'm so sorry for crying. And I go, no, we need to normalize crying. And I'm like, yes, we do. When I find myself sat in a car park having a little weep because something hasn't gone quite right, or I think about the time that my father, he used to come home from work sometimes and he'd cry on the stairs. And I asked him about it recently and he said, you know, it's really important, that crying, because it's when I let the steam off. He said, I was scared it would come out in another way. So crying was the best way to deal with it. And I have a colleague who she also says, I'm a crier. And she and I have a way to reassure ourselves around it. Listen, crying is something that is still perceived as a weakness, I guess. Definitely for the people who are crying, because you definitely feel vulnerable, don't you? There's a YouGov survey in the UK that says that 51% of Britons say it's acceptable to cry at work, which means it's pretty 50-50. The jury is probably still out. And it's still the case that more women reports crying in the last few months than men do, according to this survey. But my colleague and I have a way to normalise crying, and it sounds like this. When she or I are on the other end of the phone to each other going, okay, this is really hard, and we're a little bit weepy, we say to each other, crying is resilience. Because it's part of the process. It's part of how we get over these things. It's part of how we move through it. Just like my dad said, if I didn't cry, I don't know what would happen. And so if you catch me crying, or if you're someone who gets caught crying, and someone takes that to mean weakness, they are gravely mistaken. Crying is resilience. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of Everyday Positivity for you. In the meantime, have a great day, and remember, you have 100% got this.
The Rose Gaming Resort, home of the largest jackpots in Virginia. Lock in massive jackpots on fan favorites like Buffalo, IGT's Tiger and Dragon, Devil's Lock, and more. Over $1 million in jackpots paid out weekly, only at the Rose Gaming Resort.
Healthcare can feel complicated. That's why Optum uses technology to connect the people and processes that make healthcare easier, more affordable, and more effective. We're making it clearer for you to know exactly what your benefits cover. And to help you better manage your health, we're coordinating care between your doctors and your technology. We believe better, simpler healthcare is always possible. That's healthy optimism. That's Optum. Visit Optum.com to learn more.
This is brought to you by Colgate Total Active Prevention. Some routines make perfect sense, like securing your seatbelt before driving. Just as buckling up helps prevent injury, using Colgate Total helps prevent oral health problems like cavities and gingivitis before they start. So put yourself in the driver's seat of your oral health and prevent problems before they start with Colgate Total Active Prevention. Available at a retailer near you.